Always aim for the top. Be the best of the best. Winning on winning on winning.
All I ever think about is winning. I don't need to fit in. I try to explain again and again, but you never wanna listen. Never wanna push your ambition, straighten your position. I don't know what you're missing.
Dopamine is the internal mechanism that can make you or break you. So here are my 3 tips when it comes to best-in-class dopamine management. So let's do this, y'all.
All I ever think about is winning. I don't need to fit in. I try to explain again and again, but you never wanna listen.
Dopamine is a neurotransmitter that plays a role in pleasure, motivation, and learning. It's also considered a drug. You have to look at it like a reward system. It's like the more you do something exciting, the more your dopamine level will go up. So the more you do it, the more you'll need it in order to feel that same emotional reward. The question to ask yourself is, what do you need to feel alive? Is it drugs? Is it sex? Is it alcohol? Is it video games? Is it base jumping? Is it your career? Is it likes on social media? Or is it all of the above? Once I wrote a list of all my sources of dopamine, good and bad. So on one side, I had all the healthy ones, like building my business, maintaining good friendships, training, Muay Thai. And on the other side, I had all the unhealthy ones, like going out late, drinking, scrolling on social media. And I realized that on the aggregate, at the end of the month, there was a lot of energy invested into the unhealthy column. So what I did is that I took this energy, I put it in the healthy column, and then I started to see myself win more and more in everything I was doing.
All I ever think about is winning. I don't need to.
Video games provide you with a fake sense of empowerment and control. Social media gives you instant gratification from likes and comments. And porn makes you sexually bored while you're in what could be a loving and healthy relationship. I could probably do a whole series just on these 3 topics, but what I'm trying to convey here is that these unhealthy dopamine enhancers won't bring anything to your life. They're not gonna bring you to the next level. Now, I understand that if your reality sucks, you would rather find excitement and purpose in the virtual world. The problem is you won't find any personal growth there. For example, in video games, you'll create an avatar in order to gain respect from other players, but that's not you. In social media, you would create a polished version of yourself in order to gain validation from other people. But again, that's not your reality. And in porn, you create a false belief of what sex should be like when you're trying to find a lover. And long term, that's not gonna work. Now picture this. You're alone in a room, talking to a screen, looking at a screen, interacting with a screen, catching feelings through a screen. Now I can assure you that the creators of these programs know a thing or two about dopamine, and they know how to get you hooked. So it's time to snap out of it and reconnect with the real world. Now I've looked at both sides of the equation, and there is no doubt that getting your dopamine from nature and energy and vibrations and connecting with people is where the real winning streak begins.
All I ever think about is winning. I don't need to.
Instant gratification is a huge problem in our society today. We always expect to get what we want when we want, and when we don't get it, we automatically feel bored or depressed. It's always like, what's next? And it's like our brain can never catch a break. But instant gratification doesn't grant you long-term satisfaction. Since when waiting for something lose its appeal? I mean, you can now watch a whole season of a series on Netflix in one day. Back in the days, you actually had the time to process things. It was one episode every week, so you could still live your life. And that's why I decided to do the How to Win series, drop it every week to give you the time to process whatever you heard while still living your life. We interrupt this episode for an important message from our sponsors. Organic coconut oil. You can use it on your hair, in your beard, on your skin. You can cook with it, brush your teeth with it. You can do whatever you want with it. Use it every day, and you're gonna keep winning, winning, and winning. Let me break it down for you. Dopamine is like a wild roller coaster ride. The first time you do it, you feel this rush of excitement. But the more times you do it, the less excitement you'll feel. So why search for an external ride when the most exciting one is already inside you? So to recap, understand your dopamine levels, remove any unhealthy dopamine enhancers, and slow down and enjoy the ride. This is how you win, win, and win. Now it's time for Zia's killer question. Oh no!
Until now, I've never had an online presence, so I can't relate to the dopamine surge others feel from social media. But I do feel my dopamine decrease when I constantly see people on their phones around me. So what do you do when others' instant gratification decreases your satisfaction?
Zia, you know, that's what I love about you, that you're all exclusive, you're not on social media. I like that. Well, great question. As you know, phones, social media, it's like a modern day drug. And people don't really realize the long-term negative impact that it will have in really enjoying life to the fullest. So you can literally ask them like, hey, what's the ROI that you're getting from using these devices? Like, what's your return on investment? And saying that may shock them. But just like any addiction, the first step is to recognize that there is a problem. And once you admit that, then it will lead to realizing that you're not just impacting yourself, but you're also impacting other people around you. So I would start there, you know? Thanks for watching. I got none but love, and I challenge you to become the best of the best of the best version of yourself. Next week, you don't want to miss this, because we're going to talk about uniting, and I'll give you my 3 tips to bring you to the next level. So make sure you subscribe to my channel for another episode of How to Win.
I think you should feel the same about yourself. I don't care about what you think, I don't care about anything. Open your trap and I'm dismissing all of the haters, I'm distancing. All I ever think about is winning, I don't need to fit in. I try to explain again and again, but you never wanna listen. Never wanna push your ambition, straighten your position.